The 2024 Lexus GX 550 is all new, really, with a modern architecture shared with Tundra, Tacoma, and Big Brother Lexus LX. In my other GX video, I focused on the everyday dynamic of this body-on-frame SUV. Design, comfort, space, cargo capacity, on-road driving dynamics, and fuel economy, or lack of. The average is 17 mpg. Generation 3 is a huge improvement over the outgoing 460 model, though I understand why some will pine for its lovely V8 that seems to be made of an aluminum butter alloy. Off-road enthusiasts started snapping up GXs at bargain prices after these pampered rigs were done shuttling kids to daycare. This did not go unnoticed by Lexus marketing, thus the Overtrail model with more capable tuning for the glamping crowd. My drive partner? All right, off-roading with John Pearley Huffman.
Hi. Hi.
One of my favorite writers. Check out his work.
Oh, Tom. You say that to everybody.
No, I want something from you.
Oh, that's it. Okay. As long as it's right, we're going to go right down to the.
Just going to be honest.
Yeah. I want something from him. We'll get right to the exploitation of our relationship right now.
The Lexus briefing was held in Tucson, Arizona.
So the Overtrail story, let's talk a little bit specifically about Overtrail. This is going to pursue the fundamental essence of off-roading. So it's meant to really kind of be above and beyond our premium and luxury models, which are certainly capable in their own respect, but it's going to add a lot more off-road capability. First and foremost, these large 33-inch all-terrain tires on exclusive 18-inch wheels. These tires were developed by Lexus in partnership with Toyo Tire. They have a much wider sidewall, so that's going to help us prevent puncture. There's wider wheel tracks. That's going to contribute to a much more aggressive stance. The bottom bumper corners have been raised for improved off-road clearance. And then there's this piece on the front bumper as well, this kind of silver looking part. So we know that in off-roading, this is one of the most vulnerable areas of the vehicle. So that piece can easily be taken off and replaced should it sustain any damage. And it also gives customers a great opportunity to customize the front of their GX with lights or tow hooks or whatever. The headlights and the grille opening have been placed as high as possible to avoid any sort of debris. We already talked about that under protector that we have on our Overtrail units. And then our cooling ducts, our radiator cooling ducts, are going to sit on either side and be pretty well protected so that we're able to make sure we're keeping our engine cool even when we're using high torque, low speeds for extended amounts of time. Riding in this vehicle, you'll notice a couple of things about the hood. One, there are kind of these raised bumps on both the driver and passenger side. Those line up almost exactly with the wheel track so that you're able to really understand intuitively the wheel placement of the vehicle. The other thing you'll notice is that you can see the corners of the hood really well. So again, leading to that overall visibility story as well as spatial awareness for the vehicle. Ground clearance has been increased. So the 550 premium and luxury units will achieve 8.7 inches of ground clearance and our Overtrail will achieve 8.9 inches of ground clearance. The approach angle is 26 degrees on all models, and then the departure angle is 21 on premium and luxury and 22 on Overtrail.
All GXs use the same twin turbocharged 3.4-liter V6 with 349 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. There's no difference in tuning. That goes for the 10-speed transmission with manual control as well. And all get full-time four-wheel drive with 4 high and low, plus a locking center diff. Here's where Overtrail is unique.
Overtrail also adds an electronic locking rear differential. So all of our GXs will have a locking center diff, and then Overtrail adds that rear diff. Crawl control with downhill assist is also taken on Overtrail units, and then our enhanced multi-terrain select system, which we'll
Toyota's premium division also taketh away. Overtrail seats 5, tops. Row 3 is eliminated, adding 5 extra cubic feet of storage behind row 2, that's 45.6 cubes. The folded seats occupy space in premium and luxury GXs. Overtrail also adds adaptive dampers and eKDSS standard.
The big story here is that it's using electronic, hence the E, instead of hydraulic controls to automatically switch the stabilizer, lock, and free state. So because it's relying on those electronics and those motors, it's really infinitely variable. It's going to allow for more articulation as well as faster operation than what we saw on the outgoing model.
Lexus built an off-road course at White Stallion Ranch with full intentions of demonstrating the capabilities. Overtrail and the fancier Overtrail Plus can tow just over 9,000 pounds, so the help here could put it to work if it were affordable for normal folk. Pricing starts at $69,250, which includes shipping from the factory in Japan. A loaded Plus version crosses the 80 grand line.
Lexus, which used to, started off with just 2 cars, 2 sedans.
Yeah.
Now sells 7 different SUVs.
And actually invented the crossover market.
The luxury
crossover. Yes.
Luxury crossover market. And the RX is just, the RX is their bestseller by far.
Yes. It's the vehicle that built Lexus.
It still builds Lexus.
Yeah.
This one though is this is probably going to be their 4th best-selling SUV. This is going to be this. Then there's like TX and the NX, and this will be but this is the one that's the most serious off-roader.
Much of the course is a dirt road.
I don't understand which mode should we be in? Should we be in comfort mode? Normal, sport? Is sport an off-road mode, or is it a sport your track mode? Because so many people can track these cars.
I think we could be in any mode in this situation because
there's no challenge.
There's nothing. I could do this in a Honda Civic.
I've done it
at slow speed.
A few days ago, Tucson got biblical rains.
Apparently, the really rugged part that they had built washed away. There was a big flood.
Oh.
Yeah, a couple days ago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I hope it gets
no, I guess we can't do that now.
The most important piece of off-road equipment is your brain. Know when to stay out of an area.
We're taking the architectural tour, the cinder block tour.
That is a Frank Lloyd Wright.
Is that really?
One of the first, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Frank Lloyd Wright's brother, Dave Wright.
Normally, I explain that cameras don't show how tough an off-road course is. Even as the way forward gets a little bit more rugged, I'm convinced a standard GX would have no issues through here.
This is getting a little tougher, and I see this kind of terrain as the kind that people who own one of these, they'll do this.
Yeah.
The first owners will do this.
Yeah, first owners will do this. It's not risking the vehicle.
Right.
It's not really, it is something you can't necessarily do with a country squire. So it's, it has a certain amount, and it's satisfying.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And you go to places like this, which are beautiful, that you can't necessarily access with a vehicle that's less capable.
Much of this course can be done at speed and comfortably. That's the Lexus way.
The entire car market seems to be getting more focused on higher end vehicles.
Yeah. Yeah, the new entry-level vehicle is a used car.
Yeah. And entry level now, your first new car is going to be $45,000. I don't think people are going to be trading in their perfectly good GX 460s for this.
Well, it's got a V8, and people love the V8.
And the V8s are also stone cold reliable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People are going to grouse about the turbocharged engine and the complexity and all that kind of stuff. But
including me, I'll grouse.
Yeah. Well, but there's progress.
Yeah. Well,
it is interesting how the fender kind of juts up. It does help with placement.
Yeah, it's landmarking. What it is, it gives you landmarks to reference for when you visually. When we're doing like photo shoots and everything else like that, it's always nice to be able to landmark the hood in relation to whatever vehicle that they're shooting from.
Yeah.
Being newbies to the truck, we didn't quite get the hang of the surround view camera system, but it looks very comprehensive and useful on the trail. With limited time, I didn't get to shoot the interior, so here's some Lexus handout footage showing you the ambiance. Overtrail does not get leather seating. It's heated and vented Nulux synthetic material. This is durable stuff. I understand why Lexus goes this route. Go with the Plus model, and the front chairs offer up a mild massage. Many of the features and storage cubbies are the same as the Premium Plus model I featured in my other video, so check out that one for more detail. Since row 3 is eliminated, Overtrail does not offer captain's chairs in the back row. It's strictly a bench. A reminder that the third row of seating is kind of cramped for adults. Size up your needs and go with the vehicle that works best for you. Midway through, we're joined by Warren Blevins, an off-road driving instructor. Mr. Huffman is lurking in the back seat.
Oh, now we got the center diff locked. Thank God.
Yes.
So much safer.
Yes.
Things get a little tougher through this section, but the Overtrail isn't breathing hard.
Definitely it's walking through. I mean, it's not overly rugged, but this is what people are going to take their GXs on, at least the first owner.
Sure, exactly.
We never get to experience the true ability of crawl control or eKDSS.
Sway bar disconnect is still off, right? I mean, we're not.
No, you're not. For this?
I'm just trying to see what it's like.
Pshaw. That's the word. Pshaw.
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 He's in a Lexus, so he's using fancy words.
Yeah.
If you want, we can go back into high range.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We'll open that center up and then... Notice how quick it went into 4 high.
Yeah, nice.
It is really quick in response for that, as long as you're not bound up, right? I mean, it's to be expected.
It's good at speed.
It's got good stability, it seems like. The track width of the vehicle is... It's not too wide to where it feels like you're, encroaching all the sides of the trail. Well, hang on.
40 miles an hour. Not too shabby.
It holds up well.
At an average transaction price of $75,000, the GX550 Overtrail is a bit spendy to buy new and throw into harm's way. Still, the first owners should be confident about taking this on poorly maintained Forest Service roads. The Rubicon Trail? That's for the second owner. Maybe the third. Special thanks to Road and Track's John Pearley Huffman for his deep well of knowledge and wit. He's a writer to seek out. He's written for just about every automotive publication you can imagine, as well as the New York Times. Check out my other video that profiles the Premium Plus model. I have to believe the on-road assessment is the environment where most of these will be used, again, by the first owner. A reminder that Lexus brought me to this event, plus covered lodging and meals, but my assessment is honest and accurate to the best of my knowledge. What's most important to me is giving you folks solid information. Vehicles are expensive. And don't forget to subscribe to my boutique independent car review videos and spread the word, okay? That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.